Jeffrey. One more person.
Hello, everyone.
Moyame, you're all
Morning.
welcome. Yeah, I hope you've had a great day so far, and it's midweek. Okay, yeah, that's great, Derek, Jeffrey, Danny, Obi. Okay. Hi. We pulled you out.
Hello.
Hi. And Obi, yeah, I think we're waiting for one more. That's Omoyeni. Yeah, great. So I think we're going to start right away. It's already 3 minutes after two. We try to keep the time. So you're all welcome to this afternoon's event. My name is Ajuma Ataguba, and I'm the managing director of Founder Institute. And we're hosting the event for creatives, a pitch event, and we're delighted to have these veterans or creative industry experts who have been at this game for decades now, and they'll be reviewing the pitches and also talking to us a little bit about what's happening in the creative industry. As we all know, the creative sector is employing um, over 4 million plus Nigerians at the moment, be it Nigerian songs, movies, fashion, cuisine, is trending, very good traction around the world. And the government, private sector is awakening, to these success and backing it. And so, as Founder Institute, we thought to begin to stimulate further interest and engagement and sort of catalyze what's happening in the sector so that we can help to build stronger businesses. So I already introduced myself. Also on the team with me is Mr. Shegun Bakeye, who is the Director of Partnerships of Founder Institute Abuja. And we also have on the team Abigail Okeke, who is a liaison person who will also be coordinating from behind the scenes. So you're all welcome once again. My name, so Founder Institute, a little bit about us. We already showed you a short video, but we are the world's most proven network to turn ideas into fundable startups. And also, we turn these startups into global businesses. Since 2009, our structured accelerator programs have helped over 7,500 entrepreneurs raise over 185, $1.85 billion in funding. Founder Institute is based in Silicon Valley, and we have across 100 countries. Our mission is to empower communities of talented and motivated people build impactful technology companies worldwide. And we came into Nigeria in 2020. And since then, we have run 7 cohorts, and we're on to the eighth cohort, which shall be starting October 30th this month. FI has a pool of 35,000 plus CEO mentors that help support the program's mentoring and coaching of the entrepreneurs during this program. And typically, we have lots of startup ecosystem events to help with educating startups on the best way to build their businesses. So we're a startup school. and our accelerator for, uh, for, for hand holding that way so that tech startups are become fundable and can access funding. FI alumni go on to the funding lab or fundraising, fundraising. What it is um, this platform gives an opportunity of a global network of entrepreneurs and investors to help, build your business in a better way. We have, unicorns that have emerged from, being part of the network, such as the most popular one is Udemy, the learning platform where most of you are on, and a whole lot of others like Susu and all. So that's the bit about the Founder Institute. And so for this evening, this afternoon, um, uh, uh, create, get feedback, valuable feedback from these experts. And what are you going to learn today? How to achieve a concise and yet compelling elevator pitch. And then what are investors looking for in a startup's pitch? And then if selected, we have selected some, not all the entries that we received will be pitching today. We just have about 10 startups pitching. Yeah, so specific advice, you receive specific advice and feedback on your page and startup ideas. Yes, we know that, okay, not everyone is pitching, but we also have those of you with startup ideas, you also be listening in and, noting, the feedback that the startups who are pitching are receiving. And this is a great guide. When you join the Founder Institute Program Accelerator, you get to pitch every week and you learn the different types of pitches, the 1 minute pitch, 3 minute pitch, the 5 minute pitch with the deck, and so you become a master at that. So creatives, the floor is open. Mr. Shegun will be coordinating that bit of the pitch session. And panelists and mentors, we are so, 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 so delighted to have you uh, us this a short bio of you know the panelists that we have here today. I would like to start with Obia Sika, who is the Director General of National Council of Arts. Um, we'll be dropping his link in the chat box, and you can all go ahead and follow him. He's a seasoned professional with extensive experience across various sectors, including, banking, oil and gas procurement, and business support services. Okay, so his media background involves being an executive producer that has, produced at Big Brother Nigeria, Doctors, Potters, Dragons, then Apprentice Africa, and major events like the Nigerian World Cup Village, the Calabar Music Festival, and a whole lot. His collaborator with prominent brands such as Mnet, MTV, Channel O, Sound City, and just so uh, much. Co-founder Social Media Week Lagos, and you just name it. That's the bit about Obi. Also on the panel is Danny Kure. Daniel is a seasoned communications practitioner based in Abuja, Nigeria, and has over 2 decades of experience in integrated marketing communications, strategic communications, image and reputation management. experiential marketing and content creation for both radio and television. He has provided bespoke communication services across Nigeria's public sector, both at federal and state level. He has had footprints with FAAN, that is Federal Airports Authority, as chairman in 2013, also associate of Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, ARCON. He's a board of trustee member of the Abuja Literary Society. So his LinkedIn profile is also being shared in the chat box. Also with us is Jeffrey Bent, who is the CEO of FCC, that's Fashion for Charity Synergy Consulting, and which is an initiative that is based in Milan, Italy. He's an international creative business executive and luxury brand management consultant. He's rapidly becoming one of Africa's most sought after consultants who is dedicated to fostering growth in creative businesses and empowering individuals in the creative industries across Africa, Western and Asian markets. So he has had his footprints with the Folklore Group, Cynthia Bila, TFO Canada, Reap Impact, ITC Geneva, La Liga, UKA, British Council, MTV Base, Mercedes-Benz, and many more organizations. So his profile, his LinkedIn profile will also be dropped in the chat box. Please follow him. Omoyemi Akerele is also on the panel, and she's the CEO of Lagos Fashion Week and Style House Files. For those of you in fashion, you are familiar with this annual program that has run for many years now. She has over 2 decades of experience in driving innovation and sustainability within the African fashion and textile industry. She's dedicated to developing impactful long-term solutions that empower brands, creative businesses, and communities across Africa. And she has launched initiatives that showcase emerging talents and improve global market access for African designers. So, of course, her footprints are with Lagos Fashion Week, Style House Files, Nigerian Export Promotion Council, True Love Magazine, Styling Consultants, and many more. So her LinkedIn profile is also being dropped in the box. Do follow her. So you're all welcome. So this is the spread that we have for you all today. And we're going to go right into the pitch events. And Mr. Shegun, I'll be handing over to you to please go ahead with the rest of the next segment of the program. Thank you. Welcome, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Lydia. It's going to be a great time today. I've got wow, an A-class team here, panelists. Obi, Daniel, Jeffrey. I mean, who else do you want to drag in from the creatives? This people, and they've got it all. So thank you guys for joining us. We'll be moving in straight to the session for today, and we're going to go straight to the presentation. Now, Abigail, could you put up the 1-minute pitch template for me? Thank you. Now, pitching is a very, very wonderful art. Pitch presentation is very critical to startups because that's basically how you communicate your vision, your values, and all that you can do. So being able to communicate is very key to the success of every founder. Very key. Once you can communicate your idea, you're like blinking in the dark. Nobody knows what you're doing. To help you pitch, get feedbacks from your pitch. Now, a lot of you have submitted your pitch. We're not going to be taking everybody's pitch deck, and also you will not be presenting your pitch deck. You'll just be, so just imagine this. Take, for instance, Daniel, just along the way, and they're rushing off for a meeting, and you've got just 1 minute to convince them to give you their complimentary card for a meeting afterwards. That's what the 1 minute pitch is all about. So you've got 1 minute to convince one of these people. You'll be getting feedback from one of them based on this template. So all we want you to do is you've got your idea, you understand your ideas very well. Your company name, what market are you competing in? Who are your competitors? What are you currently, or what level are you currently at? And how much are you looking for? And what will you do with that money? Just those 5 items. And quickly, I'll be timing you. And so that it doesn't shock us. I know some of us have gotten the mails. You'll be getting feedback from each person. We're getting feedback from one of these guys here today. So I'm going to read out the names for those who will be pitching. I'll call you out in a group of 5. So listen to your Esther Ngedu, Dels Erinle, Adebayo Olasunkomi Banjo. I'll call you out again. If you're not present, then someone else will take your place. Uche Eze, Joshua Oyenekon, Esther Negedu, Dels Erinle, Adebayo Olasunkomi, and Kolawole Olani. Just get ready. Time much, so let's we'll try and make this up. When I allow you to, don't talk yet until I call on you. I'm going to be promoting you to talk, but don't talk yet. And please, if you did not name yourself the way you your name actually appears, you want to do that quickly. You want to do that quickly because I can only identify you by the names. So just once you're promoted, just all of you up. Is Joshua in here? Okay, he's not in. Get the next person in. Sorry about this. Start with Chase here. Abigail, if you could help me also promote as many of them. Okay, Uche, you're here. Okay, I see you. Abigail, so please just help me promote as many of them as you see. Up to the 10, we're going to, apologies, won't be able to take everyone today. Joshua, next time when you're coming in for something like this, always use the name in which you submitted. Okay.
Hello. Good afternoon.
No, Uche, hold on. Just mute yourself. I'll be calling on you when the time comes. Okay, let me put you. Okay. Well, so if you've gotten the mail, let me know right now, Adebayo. Okay.
Am I allowed to speak?
Not yet, not yet. Hold on. I'll call on you when the time comes. Just hang on in there. Okay. So, Abigail, please look through the list and help me allow as many who are ready to, as many who are selected for this session to go. So, we'll go on first. First person off will be Uche. First person to pitch will be Uche. I'll be timing you. Sika. Our panelists will judge you based on the 5 items stated here. So you have 1 minute to convince them. And once you start, Uche, you're up first.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
When you're ready.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Uche Eze. My company.
Turn on your video.
Okay.
So if you're going to present everyone, your videos have to be on. So get ready and stay in a place where your video will be clear. So Uche, your
A
video?
minute, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to turn it on.
All of you who repeat today, we want to see your video, so be ready for that also. Okay. Is Esther ready?
Sorry, I'm trying to turn on the video, please. A minute.
Okay.
Let's move to someone else who is ready, who can turn on, well, we can come back to Uche later.
Okay, Uche will come back. Alton and
I'm ready.
okay, let's see you.
Don't know how to turn on the video. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I'm also having issue turning on the video.
I'm going to have to take you guys off and get some other people who are ready.
Oh, Jesus.
I think it's a general issue. I think everybody just has access to the microphone, no video. Oh.
Okay, so maybe we'll just proceed.
Okay, so to Uche.
So let's proceed.
Let's proceed.
I still can't see option to turn on the video.
Don't worry. Ahead.
Okay.
You get
Okay.
now. Okay.
With training, growth, and monetization. We compete in a growing African creator economy market, which was $3.08 billion value market. We are similar to Seller, but we are focused on training and growth, not only monetization. 10,000 African creators by the end of 2025. Thank you.
Thank you. That was quick. Within 1 minute, did that in 48 seconds. Abigail, please, can I have the Madlibs template up while this is going? Asika, feedback from him. Feedback from him, please. Toby, you're muted.
Another mentor can take the staff.
Okay. Daniel, I hope you got in what he said. Can you give us feedback for him, please?
Hello.
Okay. Hi, Daniel.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you clearly.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes, please. Eki, EKI.
But why Eki?
Actually, we started Eki means marketplace in Edo language, and I was born and raised in Benin. So the creators to monetize, train them, and get like growth. So anything they want, they just come to marketplace and they get all-round solution.
Okay, so you want to create content for the African market, and you need
We
$1
want
million.
to, yeah, we want to help African creators grow.
Yeah.
We want to train them and incubate them to grow partnership where we'll train them and incubate them. Then we'll have like a sharing formula as they get funds.
Okay, so number one, you need $1 million, right?
Yes, please.
What are the training tools you hope to get with $1 million?
The training tools, we already have a training platform, like I said on the pitch, and currently we just launched last month, and we have over 1,000 students on our platform that have been trained on content creation and social media management. We believe that there are a whole lot of creative courses that we can teach Africans, and we can also help them grow. According to statistics, African creative economy employs a whole lot. So we want to incubate these people. They don't, so bring them on board on our own platforms. We train them with our platforms. We help them with growth on our platforms, and we also have monetization platforms to help them make money.
So what component of training are you taking? Is it just the theory or the practical?
It's the practical training. Currently, I think our graduates on the content side, they've started getting jobs. Someone just called me yesterday that she has gotten a social media job after our course. So basically, it's practical training. All our courses are practical.
So you hope to get equipment?
Yes.
What kind of equipment?
Video cameras. We hope to get computer systems. We hope to get as much equipment as we need in various categories. So it's not only content creation, animation, there's photography, there's videography. There are things like SEO, search engine optimization, and a whole lot of other creative courses that we can use this equipment for.
Okay, that sounds good, but my thinking is there's what we call law of spandex. You want to take a particular component of the creative process to train on. By training on a whole lot, and by the way, you know what DIY is doing today? Everybody owns a camera, everybody owns everything. I want to hear specific things that you have that no one has that would make them want to come to you. For example,
Okay.
where people to I want to hear something that is novel, something that
yes, sir.
I want to part my money. I want to give my money for.
Yes, sir. So, like I said earlier on, we have an
Okay,
e-learning platform.
Uche,
Sorry.
I know you guys like this. So thank you. Obi, great. I see. Esther.
Sorry, the network.
Please put up the Madlib templates, please. Could you just leave that up? Okay. You can start now.
All right, thank you. All right, so my name is Esther Ejule Negedu. I am the founder of the Niger Innovators Women Tech Circle. It's a research group dedicated to tech research. And currently we are working on an interactive LED display project, which seeks to aid artists, event organizers, arts museums in enhancing immersive visual experience and interactive storytelling. We integrate real-time video processing and multi-touch capabilities, and we compete in digital arts and events technology markets, which last year was at an estimated $45.53 billion. And we are similar to LED display solutions by Samsung, interactive display solutions by Touch Designer, but what sets us apart is seamless integration with art software, since obviously.
And your time is up, Esther. Okay. Get feedback from Omoyemi now.
Hi, Esther. How are you?
Hi, Esther.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Okay. Okay, cool. Just a quick question. I think when it comes to the kind of service you provide, the barrier of entry can be typically very low. I'm sure you didn't get to the end, so I'm not quite sure how much you're trying to raise. So I don't know if I'm supposed to ask you to help find that out. Because the first couple of questions will be around how do you intend to market yourself, considering how this business is currently saturated in that sense. You'll be a small business owner competing, like you said, with the likes of Samsung, Techno, LG, and so much more. So it would be great. I wish we had more time for you to be able to share what your marketing strategy would be. How do you intend to penetrate this market, because it's currently very, very saturated. Is she allowed to answer those questions? And then where's your business going to be located? Okay. Can you just answer those two questions? How much are you looking to raise? What's your marketing strategy, considering barrier of entry is quite low, meaning anyone can do this. It's not rocket science. So how do you intend to get into the market and be competitive and all of that?
Okay. Esther, you're muted. Esther, quick response to those questions. Esther.
Hello?
Okay.
Oh, all right. Sorry about that. I didn't see. So for the funding, since we're basically at the researched idea stage now, we're seeking funding for the prototype development first. And that should be around, in Naira, that should be around $200,000. In Naira, sorry, 200,000 Naira. Since we're looking for funding for prototype development. And as for the market, we're targeting artists. We're not going into the global television, electronics market. We're targeting artists, museums, and event organizers. And that's our target audience.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Esther.
Hello? Did you get that?
Yes, you got that.
Hello?
Sorry, Esther, what you are giving, are you talking of interactive screens?
Yes, interactive screens, but for art displays.
For art displays.
Yes.
Okay. I think I sort of understand what you are talking about, but you need to crystallize the market you want to go into. So you want to be a service provider for event organizers.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
So let's say I have an event at ICC, and you would come with your electronic displays, and I would use your service. Is that what you're talking about?
Not exactly. It's not. It's the first target audience are artists and art museums. They can use it to display their arts, like interactive art. It's not strictly for the first audience. Is not event organizers. It's for artists and art museums.
So like Omoyemi said, I mean, really, the people you're competing with are big names. And so why would I want to come and rent from you when I can rent from Samsung or somebody else that already has? I mean, for example, I don't know if I can mention this, like I Am has things like that. You know, a lot more other event organizers have such ancillary services. So can you compete with them?
Oh,
That's a question.
hello?
Panelist, and so that's something you really need to go back, sit down, and think about it very well. What differentiates me? Thank you, Esther.
Thank you.
Okay, so Joshua, you're up next, and you'll be getting feedback from Jeffrey Bent and any other panelist who thinks, who has something to say.
All right. Can I go now?
Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Hold on a minute. Okay, once you start, you get feedback from Jeffrey Bent, primarily, and any other panelists. So when you start, I'll start timing you.
Okay. All right. So Sinewave is developing a B2B2C platform that helps music artists to generate more revenue by selling access to exclusive experiences direct to their fans in form of early access to albums that are coming up, exclusive albums, and exclusive tickets to private showings. Our industry is relatively new, but is a subset of a 29.6 billion music streaming industry. We're similar to even.biz and groups.com. Currently, we have a web-based application for artists that is a dashboard and a user-focused app with a team of nine people. And the cost of our inputs is about $40,000. And we are looking to raise $100,000 to help us improve our product and fund our go-to-market and become profitable in 18 months. In less than 2 weeks of our launch, we launched last month. In less than 2 weeks of our launch and a trial marketing campaign of like 50,000 naira ad spend, we have 66 artists signed up and 37 users. And we have generated a revenue of 580,000 naira.
Thank you very much. The time is up. Get feedback from Jeffrey.
Hello, can you hear me?
Clearly.
Yeah, there's an interesting questions I would like to ask more because it seems like he has started up with his platform because there are competitions that come in play. But the questions I wanted to know in terms of his return big as his launch, because in this area of music, there's a huge competition in it, and the artists also come in play. I wanted to also understand it. There are questions, like I said, I will need to ask to understand more for his plan to give him a good response on that. Because if you're saying you have artists on play, are they upcoming artists that have a good traction? How do you vet them for putting them on board? Then also, you also mentioned concerning selling and ticketing. So are you having two different selling access points? So either you are promoting artists, then at the same time you are trying to sell tickets for events or programs. So those other things play as well. So like I said, there are questions that it has opened to his presentation, and I would like to know more about for giving more feedback on it.
Thank you. Any other comment for?
Okay.
Yeah.
So who are your partners? The ownership.
Joshua, who are your partners?
How many partners do you have?
Joshua, you're muted. Could you unmute and quickly respond?
Yeah. Okay. I have just 2 co-founders and a team of other people. It's still self-funded and self-owned.
Okay. So you mentioned go-to-market. What's your budget for go-to-market?
Currently, we are looking at using like about $4,000 to fund the go-to-market, and we are approaching it with a lean. We are approaching it in a lean approach. We are going for the upcoming artists first, get them to sign up, use the numbers to pitch mid-level artists. Then the mid-level artists come, then you know how the industry is. IR people and managers will be the one to connect each other. And once we get a mid-level artist generating money on our platform, they always network with the bigger artists. And in the space of 6 months, 1 year,
Joshua, you want to brief. You want to brief. I know you want to brief. Just go straight to responding.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so Joshua,
yes.
I mean, we're going to a very competitive market, and so when you're going to this kind of market, people really underestimate the value of advertising. People think of DIY, people don't really have a dedicated budget for marketing as well. So I hope it's something you are thinking of. And,
yes.
and I don't know, it's a very tough market, but let me see how you navigate it. But you need to do things that you will stand out. And from where I'm standing, I do know that people hardly dedicate a budget for marketing and advertising. I have come across this one time too many, and I hope it's something you hope to do. Thank you.
Thank you there, Daniel. Omoyemi, I know you're about taking a leave and you're about going to some other engagement, but I just want to hold you down for a minute. Just one question. I mean, we've gotten three founders now pitching. What's your general idea? What's your general take home for them? Omoyemi?
I'm here.
Okay. Yes. So I know you have to catch up to an appointment now. So sorry about that. But I just wanted to find out, pick your brains here. We've gotten how many guys now? 3 people who have pitched. What's your general take from what you've heard so far from these 3 guys?
I must say that it's really quite inspiring. It takes a lot of guts and determination to be able to put this together and to be able to be vulnerable in front of an audience to pitch your idea. I hope you won't be discouraged no matter what happens. There's a certain, resilience is one of the most important, I think, ingredients when it comes to, I guess, launching or starting your own business. So I can see that you already have that for you to be able to come into this room to do that. You also have to be nimble and agile. So I hope that, at the end of the day, when you listen to all the amazing people who I'm learning from sitting here as well, I hope you'll be able to take all this back, into your business to be able to build and develop further. So everyone in here is a winner, and I wish you all the best. But I'll still be here for another 10 more minutes, just because.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So you'll be here for another 10 minutes. You're going to give us feedback for Dels. Dels, you're pitching next, and you'll be getting feedback from Omoyemi. I thought she was going to leave now, so I had to get her to talk.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Start counting.
Hi, am I pitching yet? It still shows recording.
Yes, you can start now.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Dels Erinle. My company Astra is developing a platform that allows anyone to create unique fashion designs for special occasions using AI and connect these designs with skilled artisans that can bring these designs to life. We compete in the growing $30 billion custom fashion market, part of the wider $1 trillion fashion industry. And what makes what we're building unique is the full cycle connection between AI design, blockchain for ownership, and an artisan job marketplace. Currently, we have 300 plus manufacturers on our waitlist and are raising 20 million naira to build Nigeria and Africa's first AI for generating unique traditional designs and scale our artisan network to 10,000 members. Thank you.
Okay, that was
Sign me up.
Straight to the point.
Quick that was quick and precise. Thank you so much. I'm really quite interested in this because we all know that AI is the future. But quick one, when you say you've already signed on 10,000 artisans, was that what you said?
No. We just have 300 makers. We're trying to scale it to 10,000.
Okay, you have 300 makers. And does this cut across the value chain, or is it just specific to craftsmanship, just like artisanal elements within a garment, or is it across the value chain?
Right now, it's just people that have manufacturing facilities that can receive designs and make a sample for the customer. So we want to scale it into proper artisans. We've just contacted manufacturers for now.
Okay, great. And ultimately, when you think about your business, right, and the business model,
yes,
how will this make you money ultimately? Where's the money for you?
Yeah, so we charge on the usage of the AI product, and also paying the makers to rank higher or show higher when a job is made. So sort of like a multi-sided platform, charging both sides of the platform, if that makes sense. So we charge you per use of the AI, and then we charge the artisan to rank higher when a job appears, like a freemium business model.
Okay, great. And the other question would be, if you were to look at the landscape of fashion industry within not just Nigeria, but across the world, how beneficial do you think this would be? So yes, there's been so much talk about AI, and how that can help scale up, but on paper, the most beneficial industry has been within healthcare industry, really. So how do
Yes.
you think that will really, really scratch the surface when it comes to solving, the bottlenecks that exist within the textile and apparel ecosystem today? Why do you think this business model will succeed and make the difference? Because globally, a lot of companies have invested so much money to try to, create solutions like this to help. Why do you think this will be the one?
I think it takes the fashion industry from mass production to mass customization, and it reduces the waste from overstock. So what it does is it gives everyone the power to think of an idea, generate it, and find someone to make it real. If we can scale that, it can become even more popular than going into shops to buy things, because you can't buy an outfit for a wedding if you're in the UK. You have to find a tailor to make it. So it's scalable globally, if that makes sense.
But in a country where everybody has a tailor, my tailor has a tailor, no matter your income bracket, everybody has a tailor. Everybody can afford a tailor. So why should I come to a third party service provider that I'm going to spend more money, that's going to cost me more money than just going to Obalende down the road, or, my local person to sort me out?
Great question. I think it's more to connect the diaspora to Africa. If you're in like New York or in London and you have a great wedding, the tailors there will charge you an arm and a leg, but you can find someone in Lagos that can make it for you and ship it to you.
Okay.
I think
so now
you got Omoyemi's nod. You got Omoyemi's nod. I saw.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's a great idea. I'd love to engage a bit more on this outside of this as well. So,
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, hope you don't mind as
yes,
adding more view on it. Yeah, there's something I should Omoyemi helped me answer some of the questions that I had in mind. There's one more thing that I wanted to add in that aspect, because when he mentions about getting the designs across to another border, that's export, I wanted to ask him, what is your distribution strategy like? Because is it depending on the career services that are existing, or how are you planning to set up a proper distribution strategy, which is also sometimes challenging, because you can say someone is having a wedding, who is managing the tailor that is here in Nigeria while the person is in the US, and making sure the orders are reached there to the person on time. So how are you having that distribution strategy sorted out, and what are your steps in it?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Jeffrey. So we use escrow smart contracts to manage payments. So you're not getting paid until you've completed the job. And we use sort of like Uber's legal model, where it's the customers are transacting with each other. We are not held liable for any failures in delivery. So anybody that doesn't deliver on time is liable. That's it really. Thank you.
There's someone too I would like to engage with. So maybe let's see who we can talk later.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I have, well,
Go ahead.
Things. Follow up to what Omoyemi said. I mean, in Nigeria, sewing is mostly interpersonal. It's based on word of mouth, contacts, and network.
Yes.
How do you hope to deal with this? Because the person that would tell me to go to Omoyemi is someone that I trust. And I will go to AI, which at best is still very novel. And secondly, how are you going to surmount the issue of what I ordered versus what I got?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So it is something that will come with challenges, but same way Uber, any of these innovative technologies, when they first started had challenges, the role of the founder is to scale past those challenges, and I'm sure that there are many ways to figure out those solutions. So yeah, thank you for your question. I think it's very clear.
Well, sorry, I will say this as to further buttress this. For example, I was based on word of mouth. I was given a tailor to make a custom for me. I had a meeting, a very important meeting the next day.
Yes.
And I went there, I saw him, he took my measurement. And by the time I left, when I went to collect it, he had a pocket and a pocket square on my kaftan. I didn't order that. And that's someone that I have seen one-on-one. It's a tailor issue and timing issue too. So you're dealing with people that are far away from you, that you cannot control what they do. I don't know. So, yeah.
Do you understand escrow smart contract? Escrow smart contracts, they help manage payments. So it's not you pay and the person receives the money. It's a step-by-step process. Well, I'm sure we can always relate about this. Thank you.
Not payments.
He's talking about management.
Management of...
I don't think Uber manages the drivers on their platform. I think they let the drivers...
No, he's talking about process management from design, production, making sure who's quality control, quality assurance, making sure sorry for cutting in, Mr. Daniel.
That's fine. Thank you.
Yeah. And you're not giving an answer.
Oh no, I think the best way to see it is that, like, if I were to work with like Tiffany Amber, for instance, and I connect her to a customer, she's relating to the customer. It's not really if I'm a platform, I'm the middleman, it's not really my say in terms of her delivery. I just take my cut as the middleman, and the process
no,
we do.
That's a problem, because transparency really matters. At the same time, yes, Tiffany Amber has a good reputation and she's good with her job. At the same time, you want to make a situation that people will come back to you and say, yes, you did something. I mean, you have a flow. So you can't say you just collect your this thing and leave it. Well, is there a follow-up to make sure everything is being done? That's from the start of the transaction to the process to the person getting what they want exactly. So those things really matter, because if you say that you just make the transaction and make the connection and get your money and go, and something turns out bad, it might not be Tiffany Amber's fault, but at the end of the day, it might play out something else, and next thing they blame your platform. You understand? So there's something
mass customer is the future.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Hello, sorry, panelists. We've got several of the guys coming up. I wanted to request.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm sure Dels has gotten the feedback.
So I think this is enough.
The idea of getting AI to do my dress is already making me want to ask him some questions. But I'm just going to keep that and connect with him somewhere. But that's all what it's about. Get feedback, go back, and then walk. These guys are A-class in this sector. They understand creatives. Miami has done several fashion shows, and Daniel is in, Jeffrey is in, and Obi. So get your feedback and work on it. Thank you so much. Panelists, my apologies. We need to run with this guy so we can take more of them. There are so many people in the room waiting to just get feedback from you guys. So I'm going to let Dels go now, and then get in Afiz. Afiz, are you ready? Thank you, Dels.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Afiz, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. So once you start, I'll start timing you.
Okay. Can I start now?
Yes, and you get feedback from Daniel Kure. Yeah, go on.
Good afternoon. My name is Afiz Olagoju, founder and CEO of Serious Technologies. My company, Serious Technologies, is developing a digital art gallery to help artists and art enthusiasts connect and trade artworks through immersive experiences and secure transactions. We are competing in a new but rapidly growing market with a last year market valuation of $4 billion. But our major competitors are still traditional art galleries like Nikkei Art Gallery, but we offer dynamic displays like using Samsung Frame TVs, immersive art interactions using augmented reality and virtual reality, and integrated art marketplace. We need $200,000 investment to kickstart, grow, and scale our operation across Nigeria and Africa. Thank you.
Thank you. That was quick. Yeah. Feedback for you from Daniel.
Hello, Hafiz. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine, sir.
Serious Technologies.
Yes.
So,
Hafiz.
art is still very elitist. You know that, right?
Yes. Very, very well.
So how do you hope to make money from? Because artists that own galleries don't get patronage from everybody, and just a few people. How do you hope to get everyone to buy your product?
Yes, there are certain people that appreciate art more than the other people. Like they are called high income buyers. So they offer the digital ecosystem of art is growing right now, that people are appreciating digital art more because according to statistics, digital art is increasing in terms of appreciation. So our digital art gallery is going to be getting revenues not only from the team exhibitions. We are going to be quarterly, but we are going to be getting revenues from.
Please, quick response.
Yes, okay. We are going to be getting revenues from other places like the arts marketplace, where art will be traded. Art will be traded, and it will connect the art enthusiast and the artist.
Are you an artist?
No, I'm not an artist, but I'm a computer scientist.
So you hope to your first target are artists.
Yes, artists and art enthusiasts. These are the people I'm connecting together.
Okay, so I mean, so what I see more is you connecting artists more than the patrons. Because if I'm a high net worth buyer of art, very elitist, I'll go directly to the person that sells the art. And all arts are in digital forms now anyway. And so I mean, I think you should think about this some more from where I'm standing. And then digital, as you say, there are a lot of free art that you can get online. So why should I pay when I can get digital paintings online that I can use?
The essence of digital art gallery is to showcase artwork. And then when we are showcasing digital artwork, it's not that this just fixed artwork are showcased. They are rotated because the artwork are showcased on a frame TV, whereby you can rotate, you can showcase various amounts of artwork. So this artwork, by connecting the art enthusiast and the artist, we are trying to bridge.
Hafiz,
yes.
Hafiz, I'll tell you this for free. Once your panelists keep asking questions, it means you've not communicated well. So I think I know Daniel very well. You've not responded, and I know the look on Daniel's face when he hasn't got anything. Okay. Thank you, Hafiz. So, Kolawole, you're up next. Kolawole, and you get feedback from Jeffrey Bent. Kolawole.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You get feedback from Jeffrey Bent.
Hello, can you hear me?
I hear you. Once you start, your timer will start.
Yeah, please, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear
sorry,
you.
I can't
You
hear
can
anybody.
start.
Hello?
You can start. You can start, Kolawole.
All right, good afternoon.
Okay.
All right, my name is Kolawole. Yeah. I'm the creative director of Emerald Studios. The studio offers equipped creative hub where aspiring content creators can rent studio space on hourly or monthly subscription basis. And we are trying to create access state-of-the-art facilities, including licensed softwares, licensed production softwares, and equipment and backup system to ensure uninterrupted works for all our creatives. We noticed that some of the upcoming creatives doesn't have modern editing facilities to even create their content, shoot, and edit. Young creative who need access to high equipment but cannot afford to purchase or maintain their own, and creative agencies and freelancers who need flexible and reliable workspace on demand. You know, the creative industry is booming with increasing number of young professionals. The business started based on my own experience because I struggled very well when I was coming out. I didn't have.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Jeffrey, you want to give him feedback?
Okay, yes. I see that there's a lot interesting content creations, and I think there's something I also wanted to ask in this same light. Based on the DIY, you'll be seeing, like it mentioned, you see people doing their own videos, they stay at home, create their own space and work. What makes you, yes, you said equipment they're going to rent out and have access to spaces. What would make them to leave what they are doing, that's existing content creators, to come to your own location to rent your space to use, whereas they can use their phone to, and they have tools, there are different tools that keep coming up to date, from the AI tools to latest tools that are coming in that can help your their content to go viral and go achieve their productivity. So what is attracting them to your to your own platform, aside from the space? You understand? Then I'm sure that the other questions wanted to come is that how do you make profit aside from renting for it? Because space, you have to look at all the cost involved, renting spaces, maintaining equipment, managing them. So how sustainable are you looking at it to work in that aspect? So those are questions I would love to hear from you.
All right, thank you very much.
Very, very straight to the point answer. What is your key differentiator and how do you intend to make money? Simple, just tell us, respond quickly.
All right, thank you very much. As much as people are going into DIY, I noticed that a lot of failure when it comes to even power system in Nigeria, as small as that is. So one of the things that our space we have is equipped backup power systems and affordability to latest tools, editing suite and all those ones. Then from just the space alone, hourly subscription and monthly subscription basis, that people have uninterrupted power supply, uninterrupted access to all this equipment.
Okay.
Even as low as, yeah.
It's okay. You've said it. You've said it. Your key differentiator and how you intend to make money. Let's learn to respond. You know, don't be, if you beat around the bush, you confuse your listeners more. Just go straight to the point. Daniel, you want to give him feedback?
How do you hope to gain traction in this market? As Mr. Ben said, there is DIY and they are so good because they get resources online. When you see videos done by amateurs, it's so fantastic. Now, how do you hope to gain traction? I mean, I like the idea and I hope to talk about this later. It's a fantastic idea. But how do you hope to gain traction? Just one word. How do you hope to get people to come to you? How?
I'm a photographer, experienced one. I've been in photography business for the past 5 years. I've been into a lot of creative ops.
How? So you have all of that. How do you hope to get them to come to your place? To come to your studio? How do I leave my office and come to your studio? How do I know about you?
Oh, okay. I based on the experience and based on my network around, I just send I will send our plans, our platform to all.
Okay, the answer is marketing. Thank you.
Simple. Great. Thank you. Obi, are you in Obi Asika? Okay.
Sorry, Mr. Shagun, you are muted.
Thank you very much. You know, Uche, you're up next. Uche S-O-K-K.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me start your timer, and you get feedback. You get feedback from Daniel Kure.
Okay. My name is Muchokiki. I'm the CEO of Country Boy Pictures. We specialize in production, video editing, commercials, documentary production, and coverages. We also we aim to solve the media problem in terms of making sure we produce quality visual to see. We are competing in the media space, media and entertainment industry, which is valued about 70.40 billion as at 2023, and about to increase by 33% in 2024 and 2025, thereabout. We are similar to Ebony Life Productions and Inkbloods, and also Film One. And but what differentiates us is that we our products to the lowest level, to people that can't afford to people that have ideas, they don't have way to produce it. We have
your time is up. Your time is up. A quick feedback from Daniel.
Country Boy. So you and the Emerald actually have the same product, which is very good. The space is actually very democratized, and with a lot of DIYs, and I must say some of them are very good. So what area do you hope? So everybody does video, everybody does production, everybody does documentaries, everybody does infomercials. So what is your market positioning? You're coming to this market, but what is your market positioning? What need are you meeting? So when they say market positioning, they talk about the brand's position in the market. But I look at it as, what need are you meeting in the market you're coming into? What specific need? So we're always in a hurry to say, I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I see it as, if I say I'm doing only documentaries, I'll be a documentary expert, and everybody will come to me. So there is need for narrowing, to my mind, instead of going all the way out and doing everything and competing with Film One and the rest. Remember, Ebony Life didn't start with law of spandex. It started small, and they have a value chain that grew organically. So what are you starting with that would not develop a value chain? That's my thinking.
So we start. Like I said before, we're starting from the grassroots, but basically we have a lot of talented individuals that are quite talented, but don't have where to expand or how to showcase their talent.
Okay.
There are also
Uche.
Yeah.
Then I don't know if you could just give him feedback.
So what did you say?
I wanted to just give him a feedback,
Yeah. So now the market you are going into is fine. You're going to low level. Can they afford you? How much is the camera? How much is editing? I hear you. So now if you come in as someone that is offering, honestly, I don't even know how you're going to go to a low level, and a low entry point for things like this, because the equipment requirement is heavy, the time requirement is heavy. How are you going to discount your services? If you're able to let us know how you're going to do that and still stay profitable, then I think you have a business. But otherwise, I need to know how you're going to discount this business and talk and meet the needs of the low entry market.
Thank you so much. Changes are supposed to pitch because most of them aren't using the names in which they use. So Lydia, I think we just go on straight to the Q&A session. I noticed, some very fundamental things that all of the panelists today have actually, struggled to get these guys to do, is that there isn't any unique differentiator in their offerings. A lot of them are doing things that are already in there, and they don't have anything different. So I'll be up now, and I'll be taking the Q&A session. Daniel, Jeffrey, and Obi, I know you're having some connection issues. I don't know if you're in right now. Obi, are you in right now? So we could start the panel discussions.
Yes, I'm in.
Oh, great to have you in. Thank you so much. I hope you've been listening in.
Yeah, I just caught a bit of the last chap's presentation. I was gonna say I had some thoughts, but I don't know.
Okay, so give him your thoughts. Give him your thoughts. Then we'll go on to the Q&A
Yeah,
session.
I was a pity I missed the first half of it, but I was going to say the first thing is this: naming companies and comparing yourself to them does not make a pitch, right? Um, I wasn't quite clear what it was he was trying to say. Is he trying to be a YouTube for the people? Because aggregating content and producing content are two different things. So I think this is something that people need to understand. Number two, the reason why 99% of people, including him, cannot compete with the names he mentioned is money, capital, budget, right? The technology is not cheap, content is not cheap, distribution is not cheap, and most importantly, marketing is very expensive. So if you don't have all these things as your core in the business plan for the platform really has no chance to even stick with anybody, because you have to find a way to do the guerrilla marketing that gets it to the people, no matter which demographic it is he's trying to reach. He needs to have the money or the strategy. If he doesn't have the money, then he has the influence through massive influencers who can bring it to the people. But it goes back to the first thing that I think Daniel was saying, which is, what is the actual offering? Is it just another SVOD platform? If it is, then he should show us why it would succeed when literally hundreds, including both of the companies he mentioned, Filmhouse and Filmhouse and Ebony Life, both launched streaming platforms that both failed. So,
okay, thanks a lot. Okay, so thank you so much, Obi. Now we're moving on. Quick one, Daniel and Jeffrey. I know you heard most of these guys presenting. What's your general take on their presentations? Creativity and the skills in presenting. What do you think about it? I'll go first with Daniel.
Well, so one thing that you said earlier is well, there's no differentiator. They are coming to your market that is already saturated, for lack of a better word. And the idea is, saturation is good because that gives you the opportunity to see what is missing or how you can do it differently. And as I go back to the word I keep making reference to is market positioning. So it speaks to what need are you meeting in the market that you're going into. If you're not meeting any need, then you just be a pathetic number 2, number 3, number 4, or number nothing. So it's important that they narrow, they look at specific needs that are not being met, and they meet it. The AI guy, it's quite novel. That's the linking fashion designers and patrons. It's a good idea, but I think it's not something that we're going to see now. And the general, what we know in Nigeria today is, I will go to the shop that I'll ask Obi, look, I like your kaftan, who did it? And he will take me there straight. I wouldn't choose to say, okay, because you link me over with someone and AI design. It's very novel. We're getting there, but we're still far from it. I think he needs to rethink that too.
Okay, Jeffrey, what's your take on with?
I would say this. There's one interesting thing about each and every of the startups that pitch is that they have the desire to solve a problem. But the other thing is that they miss a little bit, like you mentioned. We noticed that they need to dial down to their niche. You understand? Dial down exactly what you need to solve and how to solve them and make sure that you have your dot your T's. Because at the end of the day, I'm someone that's very brutal in terms of investment. If you are giving me this type of pitch, I will say no before we even finish. Because there are a lot of, like I said, the first person that pitched to me, there were a lot of questions for me I wanted to ask. And I know that at the end of the day, I was hoping that you have a longer time to drill those type of people, because they need to understand is there are already competitions. Creativity, you have to even hear the word creative economy. Creators. We are creators. So each and every one here, even on the DI platforms, everything that they are doing, we are creating, meaning that you have to find a way to step up, and you will have to understand how to merge between creative and business. It's not only to not being creative that would make your pitch just, hey, the wonderful idea, but how do you merge, you integrate your business model with a creative idea. So those two things you need to work on in that aspect, because you have to understand your legal aspect, your accountings, your books, everything that needs to fall in place. Because you can't come to an investor and ask for $1 million and say this is the idea you have. Whereas I know that even the investor himself can say, "Well, I can go to TikTok and just create a platform, a character, a platform, an idea on my own, a video content, and it goes viral. I have the money to do that. So what is it that will draw me to you?" Those are the questions you need to look at it. What are your findings? What are your market strategies? What are your distribution strategies? What are all these things that fall in place for your business model? Then your brand, that makes your brand also stand out. All these things fall in place. Like Obi mentioned, is money falls in place. Okay, what are you saying concerning money? And how do you say, okay, I'm putting money into this, then expecting you to put more money into me, invest in me and my idea. So there are a lot of groundworks that need to come in play. You have to understand your niche carefully, because this is a very competitive platform. It's a competitive economy right now. So in order for you to stand out, you have to make sure you are doing your work, you do your work well. All right.
Thank you very much, Frank. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. Okay, Obi, I know the government is doing some stuff with creatives and all of that. Just this one for you, in line with what government is doing. What do you think would bring about a very strong brand? What are those key elements that would make a creative brand a very strong one? What are those key elements that these guys need to take home? Is Obi still in? Obi.
So yeah, I'm here. Somebody muted me.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that I think there are certain rules that are business rules. It doesn't really have to do with creativity or the creative economy. I think there's the creator economy and then there's the creative economy, which is the wider space. The creator economy is more about influencers and what they are doing. But I think for anybody to stand out in this day and age, we are in the age of attention, the age of ideas, where people's attention is so small because of so many things competing for that attention. So whatever you're doing, you have to have a strong brand identity, a strong logo, some strong definitional payoff that defines what the business or service you're offering is, and that is clear to who your audience is for that business. I think these are things that are fundamental, regardless of what type of business you're doing. Whether you're supplying diesel or you're supplying content, you have to have a strong brand and a strong logo and a strong communication. But then, of course, you also have to deliver, right? So if you are a creative enterprise, if you're a creative business, depending on what you're doing, if you're doing PR and marketing, if you're doing, influencer marketing, then you must be able to produce results with metrics that everybody can see, because that is what the world is about today. The analytics and the data will show your clients that, hey, when XYZ platform promotes my stuff, all those people they said were going to see it, they got to see it. We're getting callbacks from those people. So metrics are very important for anybody working. And the beautiful thing about this is that most of these digital platforms have embedded metrics, which can help anybody in whatever their business happens to be. Beyond that, I think it sounds like from what you guys were saying, the people who were pitching had not necessarily defined what that particular problem they were trying to solve is, right? Because if you think the problem is distribution, then you have to understand that YouTube has solved that problem, right? YouTube is by far the biggest platform on the continent and the biggest in the world. And if you're going to take on YouTube, you better have an endless supply of cash, because you cannot afford the servers that they put up to enable that content to be so easily shifted and moved because that is what makes YouTube different, right? The ability to, YouTube publishes more content per day than most countries have published in 50 years. This is just a statement of facts. So I think in terms of doing your business, whatever your business happens to be, and in the creative space, it's so wide. It's everything from architecture to software. It's from films and television to music and fashion and dance. Now, the specific thing that you are doing is what will now make you stand out. I'll give you an example. I believe sometime in the next 2-3 years, as you look at dance and the way dance has exploded in social media, specifically TikTok, right? And a few others as well. I do know there are a few people, even here in Nigeria, who are exploring how to record dance moves with algorithms, right? Now, what would that enable? That would enable that if you were Michael Jackson and you were born now, the Michael Jackson backslide could be patented with a digital algorithm, which means every single time anybody did it, he would get a royalty. That'd make him a trillionaire. Do you understand? So things that in the past we have not seen them as things that could be possibly be revenue generating, dance steps could become revenue generating in the near future, just by virtue of somebody's original thinking with an ancient art form being dance, taking it and bringing it into this new media, these immersive platforms, and enabling the tagging of the steps so that then it becomes Obi's dance step. So Obi's backflip step if that becomes the hottest step on the planet, instead of it just going viral with 1 billion views, it's 1 billion views that are paying that dancer money. I think that is the next phase of experience and the next phase of what's going to happen with people who are doing physical activities, virtual reality, augmented reality. So those are things I look forward to.
Okay. Thank you so much, Obi. Thank you so much. Daniel, I mean, I've done a number of things with you, and I know you run a very good business there. I wanted to talk to these guys about transiting between creative passion and then business. Obi just said something about dance steps, making money from your dance steps. How do they turn their passion into business? You were asking somebody a while ago, how do you intend to make money? I mean, the guy was so passionate, but he lost touch with making money. How do you get them into making money?
Yeah, so it's important to have passion first, because we have read in introductory books in the past that you should be able to do something that you can't even be paid for, then find a way to monetize it. That way you can do it over and over and over again. You become a master at it, you know. So, I mean, first you have the idea, you become a master of it. And of course, you look at, you know, the people that will help you scale the business, or first launch the business and scale the business. Yeah, and one of the persons that I asked earlier is, who are your partners? So one thing, sometimes people that have passion just want to go on their own. It's important you have co-founders, you have partners that will work with you. I mean, Omoyemi, when she left work, she had a partner that she worked with. I mean, when you go down, you won't hear about that partner again. But there is always a need to have a good partner and a good team. You know, for every business to succeed, you must have good partners and good teams. And you must be able to say, okay, you know what, how do I? So I tell people, where is the money in this? Show me the money in what you are thinking of. So it's just beyond, I want $1 million to do X, Y, Z. But you must show me the money points in each of the sections, you know, of the business. So I think by all means, people should look for partners, for collaborators that will help them, you know, put the business out there and then make it profitable. Passion is not enough. It must be profitable.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Jeff, hi, how are you? So Jeff, here's it for you. Hi, Jeff.
Hi.
I mean, I know with you, it's been a long journey, you know, being there. First, have you had some failures?
A lot of failures. Let's just
Great.
say,
So
yes.
how did you turn these failures you know, into the person you are today? Where those learning points?
Okay. First, I would say, let me just use an example of one of the failures. Coming into Nigeria, first, whilst back in Italy, running things, business was moving smoothly. And there was a conviction that, hey, people were telling me to come to Nigeria, start running business, my fashion business in Nigeria. Investors were interested and they are coming in play. And when I came in to decide to come and set up, it didn't take up to 2, 3 months. I lost money. Even the investors that said that were going to even come in were on voicemail. So on my own, that I knew, like, I had an idea, I had like a lot of knowledge of setting up a business, running a business. I was mentored by Richard Branson and their team of investors and business industry leaders. So coming into Nigeria, it surprised me. I realized something, that environment is different. Whatever you are doing in Italy you can't do it here in Nigeria. So I had to start from ground zero. So running it from ground zero, I had to start looking at creating a network. And that was the first thing that really matters. Your first asset is relationships. What are you willing to offer in value? And also, what are you planning? What are you getting in return? So that in order for both of you to grow. So that was the first instance I started with relationships, understanding how bringing different creatives to now give back to society. So that's how Fashion for Charity Africa started. I just, on my birthday, decided bringing photographers, artists, designers. We went to IDP camp, which I've been wanting to give back. And we did like a entertainment event for them, giving them free makeup, photography, movie shoots. We did some things that was very creative. We didn't know it got the attention of people in the media. So that's mine was at first, let's just first give back. But with the collaborations, it and that's how you even if you are pitching, fail is part of the failure. You are learning. In order for you to become better, you will strategize and come back. So I would say failure. What
Now, this next question, I honestly want to get a touch from every single one of you. So it's going to be this question before I ask last question, but I'm going to get it from every one of you because I think I want to listen to all three of you talk about this. And so I'll start from Obi, and it's the same question for. It's here. You're a brand. Daniel is a brand. I mean, Jeff, you guys are all brands. How do you keep this creative juice going? And before you answer that, let me tell you guys something about Obi. I read his profile and I realized that he was also an executive of the
I mean, for people, it really depends. I mean, I think it's different. And I we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Malcolm, there was how you kept it going.
Well, gifted, and there are those that say, I shan't grade. I must be successful. From a UN scribe from Ghana, So yeah, you have these opportunities where
That's amazing. That's 2002. You tried.
Yes. That's here in Abuja.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
The face, like I know this face, man.